Oh, things are getting spooky. Hi, my name is Omizi. Welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen this face before, you're welcome for showing it to you. I am just playing because it's Halloween. We are going to be doing a cute Halloween special on my channel. So, dark Halloween lighting. Should we dim the lights actually? It's kind of like we're best friends telling stories at a campfire. So let me just. Once upon a time in the 2010s, there was an indie game that came out that spooked everyone around them. It took YouTuber over by a storm. That game was called Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm just joking, but today, like I said before, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite internet horror stories, one of my favorite internet horror medias, Doki Doki Literature Club. So let's get into a little bit of an intro to the game, even though this game needs no intro at all. Doki Doki Literature Club is a popular 2017 dating sim or visual novel psychological horror created by Dan Salvato, released on Steam, I believe, to top tier acclaim. People love this game. The cute exterior with 4 cute anime-esque girls who all want to date you in the literature club that slowly devolves into a horror series, a horror story, where the main antagonist, the main character of the video game, ends up looking into your files, figuring out your real name, deleting files of the game, just freaking people out. It is honestly a very scary experience, and I am still too scared to play it. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I only watch other YouTubers play it and watch silent run-throughs of this game because it is just that scary to me. But I'm still going to be able to talk about the lore, the story, and all that. So let's give it to PNG tuber Omizi. A little bit of a trigger warning. There is mentions of suicide, gore, horror, stalking, I guess. So if you don't want to see any content like that, do not feel bad for clicking off this video. I do not blame you. But if you can stomach that, let's go. Doki Doki Literature Club first introduces us to the protagonist, who is basically us, a high school student who reluctantly joins the school's literature club at the insistence of his friend Sayori. The player is later on introduced to other members of the club, Natsuki, the spunky, manga-loving member, who is basically our tsundere of the story, Yuri, the reserved, introspective bookworm, who is our quiet, shy girl, and Monica, the charismatic and almost perfect club president, who is the perfect girl. Each of these girls fit into the stupid dating sim character stereotype, with Sayori being, oh my gosh, I'm the cute girl next door, and Natsuki being the mean tsundere who's still super cute and lovable, Yuri being the shy reclusive girl that's I like to sit down and read my books, and Monica being the perfect one. She is perfect student council member, blah 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 blah. But later we're going to see how these character arcs, these character designs, these characters are going to be the downfall of them. So keep tuned for that. The game individually appears to follow the conventional dating sims, as the players engage in activities like writing poems, engaging in lighthearted conversations with the club members, earning relationship points with each club members. But later on, something starts to surface. We see subtle hints indicating that there is more to the game than meets the eye. Small glitches in the game's code, cryptic messages, and sudden extreme shifts in the characters' behaviors creates an extremely unsettling atmosphere. Very strange encouraging, like Sayori's erratic mood swings and Yuri's increasingly obsessive tendencies and slow seeds of doubt and unease challenge the player's perception of reality with the game. DDLC takes a sinister turn with the sudden and tragic death of Sayori. This is deep. This is the suicide we were talking about. The main character goes to Sayori's house, opens the door, and notices that Sayori has hung herself from her roof. The game crashes, and we are immediately rebooted to the starting screen. But now something's different. Something's sinister. Something's not right. Sayori's face is not in the game anymore. Instead, her character's sprite is replaced with a very, very glitched out version of Monica. But it can't be something too bad, right? This could just be a glitch in the game's code. Nothing to worry about. Yet. So, this pivotal event served as the catalyst for the spiraling descent into darkness with the game. The protagonist, is grappled with a shocking loss, and remaining characters begin to unravel emotionally, their once vibrant personality warped by grief and internal struggles. As the story progresses, DDLC continues to blur the lines between the game's fictional world and reality. The characters exhibit increasingly unstable behavior and disturbing behavior, breaking the fourth wall and addressing the player, not the character directly. It feels like these characters' their personality knobs, have been cranked from 20 to 100. Yuri's unstable, depressing behavior has been cranked to 100. All these characters don't feel like characters anymore. They feel like they're being puppets controlled by an outside force. They aren't just numbers of code anymore. But anyway, this game meets meta-narrative elements, heighten the tension of paranoia, as the player becomes entangled in the psychological balance that challenge their perception of what's real and what's fabricated within the game. DDLC delves into an array of psychological themes, providing a nuanced explanation of mental health. Each character represents a different facet of psychological distress, including anxiety, depression, and self-harm. The characters confront these themes head-on, highlighting the emotional struggles and the consequences of untreated mental health conditions. Through the characters, DDLC encourages players to consider the importance of empathy and seeking help through the battles of mental health. As the game reaches its climax, it is revealed that Monica, the perfect club president, is actually aware that the game is fictional and possesses the ability to manipulate the other characters in the game itself. She's able to just act as the computer as itself, delete code, change files inside the game. She's driven by her longing for the player's attention. So instead of just forcing the player to love her with the other characters there, she decides to get rid of them. She drove Sayori insane, and that's why Sayori killed herself. She drives Yuri insane, and Yuri ends up killing herself. And Natsuki, who cares? Just deletes her out of the game. Monica serves as a complex and morally ambiguous antagonist, forcing the player to question their nature of control and free will, and the boundaries between creator and creation. Later on, the game does develop multiple hidden endings, or multiple endings throughout the game. By making different choices and uncovering different hidden dialogue, the player can unravel additional layers into the game's narrative. These alternate paths provide further instinct into the background of the characters, more of the character's personality, and just little Easter eggs that Dan Salvato and his team has placed around the game. This game has just amazing storytelling, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. Doki Doki Literature Club has very deep mental health themes, but it's not one of those like horror stories where it's like the villain is actually just mentally ill. That's what's scary. Ooh, he's actually mentally ill. He suffers from depression and schizophrenia. So scary. Like, no, I hate horror stories like that because it just vilifies the mentally ill people. It's like they don't deserve that. No one deserves that, especially if they're mentally ill. But instead, it shows that we should have compassion, at least from the way I perceive the story, because this story can be perceived in multiple different ways. I had compassion for Monica. I really had a lot of compassion for Monica as her character, because you figure out that you have no self-control over what you do. Everything you do is depicted by a line of code. I would freak out as well. Are you kidding me? I would not know what to do. I would be scared, and I would want to see the only person I had in the outside world was a player in front of me. I would try to control them. And even though she did not do it in the perfect way, I understand what she was doing. Because let's say I wasn't even a real person. I'm not a real person. I just exist on your YouTube screen, and I figure that out. And all the things that I'm saying are already scripted by someone else, and there's some puppet master behind a screen controlling me. I would want to get out of this world. I would want to get out of your screen, climb out through the screen to find you and figure out what is this world doing to me. So I understand why Monica did that, and I understand the other themes of mental health, with Yuri's mental health just being on the rocks, so Yuri's mental health being challenged all the time, and Yuri just cranking up their dial to just make their health worse. I get that. And again, the psychological horror of it, I'm getting scared even thinking about it right now. I'm turning my back to be like, oh, is there Monica back there? But a lot of horror stories rely on jump scares. We can talk about FNAF, which I like FNAF, do not get me wrong. But when you play FNAF, it's like, ooh, that alluring atmosphere. You get jump scared by Foxy, and then you're like, ah! for a few seconds and then you're back to calm, right? Compared to games like Doki Doki Literature Club, because the atmosphere is what makes it so scary, not the jump scares, because there's one jump scare when, like, say, you see how scary that can be. And to see that it's not only just scary in the game, you turn off the game, you close the game, Monica still knows what your Steam ID is. Monica can still delete files off your computer, and that's what's terrifying about it. That's what really just spooks you out. It's movies and shows and video games, and I feel like this is something that only a video game can achieve, because it is your choices. It is you that is causing the horror to come to you. It is you that is making yourself scared. Not making yourself scared, but even if you close the game, it is still with you. If I were to turn off the Scream movie, it's not like Ghostface is going to come through my door, but like, if Ghostface wanted to come to my door, I wouldn't blame him. Well, like, it's not, I can't say any horror characters because I'm like, I was going to say Michael Myers, but I'm attracted to Michael Myers as well. Bro, my phone made a notification sound and I got scared. This just shows you, even though it has been years, I am filming this in 2023. This game came out 2017. That's how many years? 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. 7 years. 7 years ago. I'm still scared. Oh my gosh, that was 7 years ago. I'm old. You know what? We're gonna end that little segment here. Doki Doki Literature Club did come out with a deluxe or expanded version for consoles, so you can continue the story on a console compared to on a PC, where you can't really access the files of every single video game because no Xbox can be like, look into the files of this and this and this, because it's not a PC. But we're not going to get into that. This is going to be my outro because you saw me get scared. I think I'm ready to go to bed right now. But thank you so much for watching. I know I'm not posting this on a Thursday because this is my like Halloween special. So, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notification if you want to see more nerdy content like this, because I post a new video every single Thursday. If you want to see me outside of social media, I do post daily on TikTok and Instagram. I am on Threads if you want to follow me on Threads, if Threads is still around, because I'm filming this in like June. No, I'm filming this in July, and I don't know if Threads going to be still around in October. And also follow me on Twitch, because I stream at least once a week on a Tuesday. So again, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. Mwah!